All right, all right, all right, all right. Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely evening in which the Most High, a higher has made. And I, Sister Deborah, share and I will rest therein. Just coming with a little something, something here. Um, I got frustrated earlier trying to make this video. And I'm going to title this video, okay, Mystery Rest in Spirit and Truth. Um, I'm coming from an area that is potent. And I mean, for real, potent, serious. Uh, and it's kind of, it ain't kind of sad. It is sad. It's sad because it is what it is. And because we have rest in so much darkness, we can't see light if it's standing right there before us. We still cannot see light. And that's sad. Um, this has been a topic the Most High, a higher has drilled me in the last, I say, 5 days. Shalom, shalom. It's good to see you. Uh, the Most Higher has drilled me in this area. And when He put this on me, it brought me to a different level. Okay. Y'all said He has ordered our steps in Him. And let me tell you, I have been up some steps. I haven't gone down them, but I've been up some steps, y'all. Because the things He continued to show me is not stepping down, it's going up. And it's like, oh, Father, if it had not been for what you have put within me, it's no way I could stand. I know that without a doubt. So we're going to go over this here message here. And this message is covering the mystery rest in spirit and truth. See, I do a lot of talking, okay? But what a higher has revealed to me in these last days is the talk that I'm speaking carries parables and the word. And the power rests therein both. But the hard part for me is both of them are eye opener. The parables and the word. So we have those that are elect that should be gripping the word. And then you have those who also, how would I say, follow along, and they getting the pure form of parables that still yet surrounds the word. So this is what He was showing to me. In the last week, He showed me something that has confused me in the flesh, because I'm like, wait a minute, Father Ahaya, wait a minute. Nobody knows about that. That's how I felt about it. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Let me get this thing right. You mean to tell me there's a mystery that rests in spirit and truth? I know I'm all for spirit and truth, you all. And He began to tell me today that the reason why many people want you to go back to Torah, because he said that which was in the dark shall come to the light in the last days. They don't want light to be seen in this day. In this day, they don't want light to be seen. Light is spirit and truth of the matter. That means if you want to know what really took place in Genesis 1, today it is revealed. It is in the light. So you would know the difference from when they knew it then versus what they know today. It's in the light. It was hidden in time past. But he said in the last days, it's going to come to light. It's going to be revealed. It's going to show up and show out. So what he was explaining to me, a lot of people like to stay to the Old Testament, which there's no such thing, even in Sister Deborah. I never grew up old or new or old. In Yah, there's no time period of such New Testament and Old Testament. You see, he is the beginning and he is the end and he is everything in between. So all this stuff that we done added and smeared, we pay the consequences. Okay? Now, he was saying that which was in the dark shall come to the light in the last days. And he said to me that, Deborah, it's so much darkness, Deborah. And I'm like, Father, Yah, this is more than anybody can bear. He said, yes, it is. That's just showing you how much wicked and evil that existed in time past that has carried on up into the year 2022. When he told me what he told me in the last 4 days, I said, okay, that's it. That's it. I ain't got a chance in the world. Okay, Father, that's it. And when we tell y'all, we're going to get into that. There's a mystery in spirit and truth. That's why they stay away from it. That's why they won't teach you spirit and truth. That's why they won't even go to that realm of spirit and truth. Because darkness is what they're trying to hang on to. Everybody trying to hold on to yesterday and have forsaken today. Because today is going to round everything up, bring an end to all things. They don't even notice the time period in which they are in this day. This is what you heard from the prophets and David and Abraham. Even they all spoke of this day in which we are living today. What's so big about this day? You know what? It's showing up and showing out. That's what. So all that darkness, the darkness that was hidden don't even have no shame in it no more. It's all in the light. Don't care. So what? You know, no one cares. Because all the darkness that was hidden has come to light in these days that we're in. And you know what? People running around here still trying to hide the darkness of yesterday. Trying to run people into a wall called Torah. Torah your tail somewhere and sit down. Torah can't redeem no one. Yeshua ain't coming in Torah and bringing no one out of Torah, nor in Torah. Get somewhere and sit down with Torah. Because it was no good in Torah. There's nothing back there. But like y'all said, Deborah, darkness that has been hidden. That's why you see men wanting to go back to the way it used to be. That's why they want the women to dress looking like, how would you say it? Worse than slaves on the plantation. You know how they be just head wrapped and they long clothes. When this is the way they want the women to go back in the beginning. Y'all said that ain't got nothing to do with him. He didn't mess with that. He didn't have nothing to say. If y'all want to do it this way, y'all did it this way. My word is just going to be fulfilled either way. My word is going to be fulfilled either way. And he would begin to tell me something in the last 4 days that just took me off. And I'm like, this morning I tried a video make a video, and I got so frustrated. I said, wait a minute, no, Father, no. It's just too much. This is just too much. I closed my Bible and I left. I said, this is just too much, Father. This is just too much. Too much mystery. Too much. Too much darkness. Too much. And I'm like sitting here saying, I got a headache. I said, I'm sitting here, got my verses, and I'm sitting here, and the more I'm reading, the more he revealing to me. I'm like, Father, wait a minute. How did I miss that? How could that be? Plain, just as plain to see. Plain to see. And I'm like, that's it. It's over. You said it was over anyway. It's finished. Oh, it all makes sense why it's over and it's finished. It all makes sense. So we're going to get into that. First of all, where he coming with this here, I don't know, but I'm just going to go there. Okay, I'm going to follow him. And we're going to start from Matthew's chapter 13. Matthew's chapter 13. This topic of this message is the mystery that rests in spirit and truth. Because they want you to go backwards. Y'all ain't never been one to take you back. He moves you forward and tell you what the back was and what today is going to be. See, he ain't telling you, I ordered your steps to move forward, not backwards. But this is what these people are doing. They want you to go back to Torah and claim the ways of Torah and the ways of yesterday that a higher says was dark. And it must come into the light in the last days. He's not saying go back to the dark and live that darkness. And you want me to tell y'all what's in that darkness, y'all? Hypocrites, lies, deceit, being deceitful, wicked and evil, whoremongering, everything that existed and started yesterday, back in the days, said the Most High, a higher. Today is just a product of what took place yesterday that was hidden. So what they want you to do, they want you to be able to go back and pick up this here and live the way they lived back then, because they want to take you backwards, said the Most High, a higher. You got to go forward in him. See, y'all ain't one to come tell you, come on, y'all, let's go backwards. No, he said, you go forward. You go forward. That's the only way you go with him. You can't go backwards. You got to go forward. So when they started this new Hebrew Israelite movement and this new awakening, they was really doing you in. They was doing you in. And they still doing you in. Because they taking you back that way. And not forward to the direction to the narrow gate nor the light. They ain't taking you in the direction to the light. They ain't taking you toward the narrow gate. You know what I'm saying? They ain't taking you that way. They want to bring you into a mindset today to go backwards. And y'all want me to tell you something today in this message. That which was in the day, in the dark, shall come to the light in the last days. Why? Because he's finna show up and show out on all the darkness that was a product of what we see today. Today didn't just get like this. Today is a product of what yesterday did. Yesterday was. Yesterday is. You see, today is a product of what you see today is a product of what you saw, what took place in the days in the old. So why would they want you to go back? Because that's the only way they can trap you. Because they think they're going to use the same technique that they used back then on you today. And it worked. But I say, if you had 10 million Hebrew Israelite awakening, 10 million Hebrew Israelite has fallen for the trap. It's sad, but Ahia broke that thing down in me today, and I was like, wait a minute, hold up. I was like, at the same table I'm at now. Wait a minute. That's just true. No, oh, Father, y'all, why would you do it? Oh, I was having a breakdown today. I'm telling y'all, I had to get off my laptop, close my Bible, and get out of here. That's what I had to do. Because I'm like, I said, Father, did you, oh, Father. And it was, I'm going to tell y'all how it felt. It was almost like it was already in me to know it. But I'm like, having a breakdown, saying, but no, oh no, Father. Oh. Just couldn't believe the things that he was revealing to me. And he was adding it on to the things he said the day before and the day before and the day before. I was like, oh no. I got over to my children's house and I told them, I said, Mama sick. Mama ain't feeling good. Mama ain't feeling good. They said, when did it start happening? I said, when I got on YouTube, not YouTube, on my laptop, and I was getting ready to do a message. And it was just too much for me. I started not feeling good. Oh no, y'all. Let's get to that. Let's go to Matthew's. The title of this message is The Mystery Rests in Spirit and Truth. So this is another reason why they cannot teach you all spirit and truth. This is why they won't take you in the direction to spirit and truth. They won't take you in the direction to the light. They won't take you and show you what it's the narrow gate. It's this way. You know why? They're trying to take you backwards. You see, into that which Yah said was in the dark, that shall come to light in the last days. They trying to take you. I ain't gonna say they trying. They already done it, to be honest, from what Ahia was revealing to me today. In the dark, which is a product of what you see today. So when you see today as it is, know that it's because of what yesterday did. Wow. You mean what we see today is the fault of yesterday? Yes, it always was. And you see how they paint the pretty picture. The tribe of Judah will say, everybody's bothering us. Guess what? That erased their picture of really who they are. Ahia say, he said, Deborah, you done seen how they cut up from the floor. You done seen how they cut up from the floor. And they started it in Genesis. But you stand today in the year of 2022, and you don't hear now one of them preaching nor teaching it, how or who they were then and who they are today because of who they were yesterday. They won't preach it, nor will they teach it. There is a mystery in spirit and truth. That's why they dodging it. They don't want to come near that area. They don't want to go touch that. They don't want to bother that. That's why they want to teach you from a scholar level and teach you all about all the lost books. They took all our books away from us. They took all the lost books from us. They didn't give us a Bible. Or they did this and they did that. They did this and they did that. And Ahia said to me today, Deborah, before all that was, they were. You see, in a sense, they're teaching these people that they're going to walk into the New Jerusalem. They're going over to a promised land, and they don't even understand spirit and truth. That is sad. And I'm going to give that to you in this message. The mystery rests in spirit and truth. They ain't going to touch spirit and truth because it'll show you who they are. See, spirit and truth is the truth of the matter of what was, what is, and what shall be. You see, it gives a higher all power in that right hand. It gives the beginning and the end. It puts it in the heavens where it started and where it ends. See, spirit and truth turns it out of Sister Deborah's hand. It takes it out of man hand. It takes it out of woman hand. Satan ain't even got a chance. So therefore, spirit and truth, it holds up by itself. It don't need Sister Deborah. It don't need nobody. You see, they don't want to touch that realm because it'll cause the people eyes to open and they will see the light. It will cause people to do a thirst for what is truth. See, people start thirsting for spirit and truth. You see, what they should have been thirsting for from the beginning. They should have wanted that drink from the tree of life. They should have thirsted for it. But have they? No, they didn't do it in Torah. And they ain't doing it today because there's a mystery in spirit and truth. And that's why they can't touch it. That's why they can't go near that realm. And I'm like saying, why ain't they teaching spirit and truth? And y'all said, Deborah, they can't teach what I don't give them. I said, yeah, but Father, they teaching lies and deception and all this other. Why are they teaching all of this? They need to be teaching spirit and truth. Because you know what spirit and truth do? It brings it back to the altar of the Most High or higher. It put it back in that right hand power. You see what I'm saying? It comes strictly to the altar and lay it before his feet. That's what spirit and truth is. And that's why it ain't being taught, because they trying to trap you back in the days. That's why they were going talking about men can have wives and women should submit and women should dress like this and men wearing their fringes. Y'all see what they doing? They going back in the back. And y'all say, Deborah, back that way is where all the darkness started, Deborah. Back then, that's where all the evil and wicked had its heavy weight and swung it. That's why, Deborah, you see today to be what it is today, because yesterday was the product of what you see today. How do you think homosexuals started? You think homosexuals started 20 years ago? Oh, homosexuals started 20 years. Y'all need to shut your mouth. It started in Genesis. Wait a minute, Sister Deborah. Wait a minute. Genesis Torah. Yeah. See how? You see what I'm saying, y'all? It started in Genesis. You see? It always exists. Y'all want you to know today, there's a mystery in spirit and truth. That's why you can't get it. That's why he won't give it to you. Because you're trying to walk and talk and mimic yesterday. Behind the closet, in the closet, under the bed, trying to do everything according to the way they did it yesterday without even knowing that yesterday holds all the issues that we're facing today that was hidden then. It's coming to light. Hallelujah. And this is what he was dealing with me. Matthew chapter 13. In Matthew chapter 13, verse 10, is where Yeshua had an issue. And believe it or not, when I read it, I can see the issue, y'all. You have to be able to see the issue. Wait a minute, Sister Deborah. You mean the disciple had an issue? Yes, they had an issue. They had an issue. Okay? Matthew chapter 13, verse 10. The disciples came and they said unto him, why? Did somebody say you can't question? You're not supposed to question the Father, but they're questioning Yeshua, the Son of Man. Listen to this. Why saideth I unto them in parables? Now the disciples is like, wait a minute. Hold up, Yeshua. Hold up. Why are you talking to the multitude? What were we talking? 10,000, 3,000, 5,000, 6,000? Yes. Why are you talking to them like that? Said the disciples. They come before him wanting to know, wait a minute, hold up. Why are you talking to these disciples like that? I mean, not the disciples. Why are you talking to the multitude in parables? And what did he say? And he answered and he said unto them, who did he say this to? His disciples. They asked the question, he finna give them the answer. This is what he said. Verse 11, Matthew 13, verse 11. Because it is given. Hear that word given? Okay. It is given unto you to know the mystery. Hallelujah. Of the kingdom of heaven. But to them, it is not given. Hallelujah, Father. 12 verses 5,000. 12 verses 3,000. Wait a minute. Let's read that again. Matthew chapter 13, verse 10 is when the disciples came to Yeshua. And they asking him, why speaketh thou unto them in parables? Why are you doing that? And he answered them and said to them, because it is given unto Deborah, hallelujah, to know the mystery of the kingdom of heaven. But to many she speak to, hallelujah. But to them it is not given. Let's go on. Verse 12. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundantly. So he that is being, Sister Deborah is being given. What does 10:11 say? The mystery of the kingdom. Hallelujah, Father. Yeah, I know where you're going with this. I've given it to her, but whosoever have not, from him shall I take away even that which he has. That's deep. That is so deep. He's saying those that don't have, those that I give the key and the mystery of the kingdom, I'm going to give them some more. That's what he's saying. I'm going to give them some more of the mystery. But him that have not, I ain't giving them nothing. And furthermore, what they did receive in the parable, I'm going to still take it from them. Same thing today. Same flat, leveled off. When Sister Deborah is talking spirit and truth, this is identical. This is identical what Yeshua is telling them. I'm giving you the mystery. Verse 10, verse 11 says, because it is given unto you to know what? The mysteries. Why? Because it's spirit and it is truth. But to them that I'm not giving the mystery to, whatever little they have, I'm taking it away anyway. What? They're giving parables. Let's go on. Verse 13. Therefore speak I to them in parables. Now Yeshua telling them. Now I speak to them in parables. Listen very careful, everyone, and why he said he talked to them the way that he speaks to them. Why he talks to them this way. Listen to what he said. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they see not. And hearing, they hear not. Neither do they understand. There it is. Same today. Identical to today. So when Sister Deborah's talking about spirit and truth, he's sitting here telling the disciples, wait a minute, y'all, I'll give y'all the mystery. The name of this topic is the mystery that rests in spirit and truth. See, they've been lying to you all, and you all have believed the lie. And it's all well, it's over. So, because the lie is so rooted in the people to where they can't see nothing but the lie and live based on the lie. And he said, I would even take what little parables I give them. I would even take that from them. That's what he's saying. Let's go over that. Matthew chapter 13. The disciples came to Yeshua, asking him, what is this that you're saying to them in parables? What is this? What is this? And what did Yeshua say? And he answered unto them, because it is given unto you. He didn't say, because I love you. He didn't say nothing about because I love you. He said, what? Because it is given. Well, where's love? Wait a minute. Why ain't Yeshua? Wait a minute, hold up. Yeshua, why you ain't telling them because you love them? Why ain't you telling them because you love them? You give them the mystery. No. I give. Listen to what he said. Verse 11. And he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mystery of the kingdom of heavens, but to them it is not given. So when Sister Deborah is on here talking spirit and truth, I'm telling you that's the mystery that I've been given. And the reason why they can't teach it, nor are they teaching it and preaching it, is because they don't have it. And what parables, meaning what little understanding he gave them in the parables, he said, I'm going to even take that away. Why? Why would he do that? Or you sure? Why would you take it away when you gave them the parables and you said you're going to take them away? Listen to what he says. Verse 12. Whosoever have, to him shall be given. I mean, whoever have what? The mystery of the kingdom, what's going to happen? It says, for whosoever have, to him shall be given. That means he will get more and more of the mystery, y'all. And then he said, and he shall have more mystery abundance. Now watch this here. But whosoever have not, from him shall be taken away even that which he have. Hallelujah. Why? Because they lost without a cause. Sister Deborah said that so many times. They lost without a cause. And the cause is the fact that they could care less if they got spirit of truth. They could care less if there's a light that they could walk through. Or they could care less if there's a narrow gate. Well, why you say that, Deborah? Let's go to verse 13. Therefore speak I to them in parables. So Yeshua said, I speak to them in parables, y'all. I speak to them in parables. Why? Why? Because they see not. And hear not. Then what? Neither do they understand. That's what's going on today. That's what's going on today. That's today. That is exactly what's happening today. Okay, let's go to Matthew chapter 13, verse 34. Matthew chapter 13, we still in 13, verse 34. And it says, all things spoken, Yeshua, unto the multitude in parables. Without a parable, spoke he not unto them. You see what I'm saying? So when a higher come to me and say, okay, Deborah, you've been giving the people parables. I'm like, but they was pretty potent. He said, yes, it was. But that's what you've been giving them. And in this last evil darkness of where we are at today, let me tell you something. Anytime you get anything that has some light, even a pin needle of light, you better hold on firm and do your search, study up under the spirit of the Most High Yah and let him take you from there. Because you know what? People really believe that everything's just all well, whether you know it or not, whatever, we all going to the same place. That's how even the heathens believe. All we believe in Mary and we believe in Jesus Christ. We believe this. All we believe that. And Yah said to me, he said, Deborah, they misunderstood my belief versus their belief. See, and that is so true. That's even in the churches today. That's in the community in which they said they worship the Most High. Everybody don't understand. Your belief got to be his belief, not your belief. You see, people thinking as long as I believe that I'm good. No, it has to be his belief, not your belief. Because your belief is not righteous. His belief is righteous. So that's how messed up. That's why you get the heathens going to church every Sunday and everybody in church clapping and got more hatred, evil, and wicked in their hearts and can show up in church every day. It's because they really thinking that they believe. They got their own self-belief. They don't have spirit and truth belief. See, because belief has spirit and truth. You see? Endurance, spirit and truth. Faith, spirit and truth. Everything that is of a higher is spirit and truth. So while we're running around claiming all this stuff that the Hebrew Israelites have taught you, and guess what? No spirit and no truth. No mystery that rests in spirit and truth. In the conversation, the teaching, the lessons, and everything they're doing. And they have successfully caused a great falling away to take its full course. And it is finished. It's over. Okay? Now, listen to this here. Matthew 13, verse 34. All things spoke in Yeshua until the multitude in parables. And without the parables spoke he not unto them. Verse 35. That's Matthew 13 and verse 35. That it might be fulfilled which was spoken by the prophets, saying, I would open my mouth in parables and utter things which have been kept. Y'all don't get it, do you? You see that? Listen to this. Verse 35. That it might be fulfilled. What fulfilled? A highest word, which was spoken by the prophet, saying, I would open my mouth in parables. I will utter things which has been secret. You see that? From the foundation of the world. That's deep. That's deep. See, we're running around here thinking we are outsmarting a higher. You ain't outsmarting a higher. You're just looking dumb to those who can't be fooled. And that's Sister Deborah. You're just looking real dumb, and you're going to be looking dumb because it's not going to pan out the way you thinking you're going to continue to feed people and teach people that it is. And everybody's doing their teaching without spirit and truth at all. And that is off the chain. Nobody could care less about spirit and truth. They're really caught up in darkness of yesterday. And they want to load you up with everything yesterday so you will never find the light today. The Yahweh has set to come to the light in the last days. They don't want you to do that. And they done pretty good. But the most high say, I have Deborah, I have the first and the last say so. And if I'm allowing them to do it, all is well, but you can still, I'm going to still use you to speak on it. All my T's are crossed. All my dots, my I's are dotted, said the most high, ain't nothing going to cross him out. And that's where it's sad because they really thinking they getting one over on him. They really do. They thinking everything he said don't mean nothing. It's going to be like we feel that it should be. And that's the only route. Now, this is the mystery that rests in spirit and truth. I don't even know how to go here. The Most High shared with me something that was really powerful today that caused me to have to close my Bible and run out of my house. I had to. It was just that deep. And what he was sharing with me was something that many 99 trillion, 20 trillion wouldn't even want to hear or digest. Ahia was telling me what he had invested in MEN/MALE. And I'm like, okay, I know all about that. I know all about that. Oh, Father, Ahia. You know what he told me? He said, Deborah, you know when you was telling them people in Genesis chapter 1 and chapter 2? I'm like, okay, yeah. Those were the times where everything was perfect. I said, yeah, that's true. He said, after that time, what nothing balanced anymore. But I want you to understand none of it has no connection to a woman. A female ain't got no partaker in this. And I say, Father, in Genesis, it said them. Yeah, that's when it was perfect, Deborah. He said that's when it was perfect. But the evil itself, he said that's why the only way they will accept evil, if they can go back, pin it to Eve, and say she was tempted by Satan. That's how powerful it is, y'all. He took me back to Eve, and he said, now, let's say Eve was the cause of entertaining Satan. Open the book up, Deborah. Read day and night, night and day. You'll never hear anything else about a woman. Mm-hmm. I said, Father, that's more than I can bear. I'm telling you, I had to close my book. I had to run out of here. He took me so deep in it. I was saying, but no, you remember you already told me about the Gospel of John, chapter 1. I read it. And then he had me in it. And I'm reading this. I said, oh, Father, Ahia. He said, do you see woman in here? Do you see anything in this book regarding woman? Seeing the wickedness and the evil of yesterday and today. Do you see me prophesying anything about woman? And I was like, I never gave that a thought. I never. So he's saying that there's a mystery in spirit and truth that has been hidden in the beginning. That's why they want to run us back to the beginning so they can hang us all over again and do what they did to us from the beginning, which is darkness. He was telling me, he said, let me take you out there. He took me to John. You know where else he took me? He took me to Exodus. He took me to Numbers. He took me to Deuteronomy. He took me to what other one was that? Deuteronomy, Exodus. I'm going to get him, y'all. I'm going to get him. And he was, yes, he did. Oh, my papers. Oh, I get it. And he was showing me who man is. And let me go to John. Let me show y'all what he showed me in the Gospel of John. Y'all, you all should know by now, John is one of my main power punch. And this is what's sad. The reason why you all can't grip what Sister Deborah is saying is because it's spirit and truth. The example I just gave you, even the disciples questioned Yeshua, what is this you giving the multitude? What are you saying to thousands? We don't understand. You know why? He said, because I'm giving you the mystery to the kingdom. Where's the kingdom? The heavens. I try to tell y'all, that's where I was taught from, that level. what took place before the foundation of the world in the kingdom of heaven. That's where I was taught from that level first. Okay? So here it is, the disciples questioning Yeshua about the parables versus the what? The mystery of the kingdom. Woo, Father Yah. You know, just letting them know that I gave it to you. But they don't get it. They ain't gonna get it. So when Sister Deborah's on here talking, you know, I remember 2 years ago really drilling that, trying to drill that in people. That the kingdom of heavens holds the power of all things. Everything that was, is, and shall be. I wrote that thing out, y'all. For the 4 years I had been on here, I remember wearing that word out just like that. And here it is, the disciples asking Yeshua. And here I am today trying to grip the whole idea that, wait a minute, you mean to tell me spirit and truth ain't going to be given to these people? They ain't going to get it. That's why they don't get it. And then you sit and you be wondering what, you know, Father, wait a minute, hold up, Father. This is fire. How can they not be burned? This is fire, Father. He said, Deborah, they sucking on parables. Because hearing, they still don't hear. Seeing, they still can't see. And they ain't going to understand. You see what I'm saying? That's the same today. When Sister Deborah thinks she's on here teaching something and telling something. Now listen to this. In the Gospel of John, the Most High took me back here today. And I'm going to tell you, I ain't know, hey, I closed this book and I got out of here. I sure did. I shut this a laptop down quick and I got out of here. I said, oh, okay. No, wait a minute, Father. I'm gone. I'm gone. Because it's too much to bear. Because you're bearing it alone. It's like talking to the brick wall. Hey, wall! You know what? That's how it is. That's what it feels like. Okay, now listen to this. In the Gospel of John, this is what he was showing me. All things were made by him. Without him was not anything made that was made. Okay, I get it. I hear your fears. I hear it. Okay, but what? This is what I was saying earlier. And he said, you see where I put the light in me. Verse 4, in him was life. In Ahia was life. And the life was to give man a spirit. Okay? And the life was the light, that's the spirit of men. Did you know all of those sperms in a man, if you look at them through a microscope, they're just wiggling all over the place. Don't y'all know that's life? Don't you know that is life? Something is moving. You're going to tell me, now listen to me very carefully, all them sperms, now thousands of sperms in a man, and they moving all over the place. And if you look at it through a microscope, the ball of it and the tail is all over the place, and they just moving, bumping into each other, just moving. And then you see a little bright tip of a light. If you're looking at it through a microscope, look like a little light is in there. Yah is saying that he put light into our men. He put it in them. And he gave the life that he put in men when it is brought forth out of a woman. He gives it the breath of life, L-I-F-E. But they are light spirits. You see how sick they are? They want to tell you every time a man, this is the mystery, y'all. They said when a woman lay down with different men, she's carrying all different kind of spirits. See, they know that. Woo, y'all. They no. See how they lied? Okay, she's carrying different kind of spirits. Y'all back that thing up. He said, I'm finna bring the blood to rest every spirit you release into her. Every month, I'm bringing the blood to drown it out. That's why a woman get a cycle. I'm going to drown every life out of her womb. But for you, man, every life has every sperm has a spirit detached to it. So when you in your mood swings and you masturbating, you watching porno, you committing abortion after abortion after abortion after abortion after abortion, and you turn to the woman, women committing abortion. Ahia says, darkness was in yesterday, but light come forth today. That which was in the dark shall come to the light in the last days. So our men, every man on the face of the earth, were carried. They were the one that were carrying, okay, the spirits that comes forth onto the earth, males and females. Look at verse 4. The gospel according to John chapter 1 verse 4. In him was life, in Ahia. And the life was a light, which is a spirit of men. M-E-N. He gave man a spirit. So when man has these sperms and he no woman, the sperm enter into the woman. She feeds it, nourishes it, protects it. Hallelujah. She meet with him to meet what? A highest will to bring forth life. You see? That's why he called them. Now watch this. She brings forth. And now there's life forth. That's the reason why he created her, is that through her and out of him, they would meet Yah's will. Well, why did you say that, Deborah? He said everything was recreated. Everything was created for his purpose. So how do we become our will and our purpose? Everything that was created has been created for a highest purpose. So when he's saying her and him, he's going to make him a help meet so that she can meet the will of the fathers. That's it. That's it. All this other stuff he said, all this stepped in, Deborah, after sin. And men had developed their own world. They created everything in their own. And they even made women lesser than what Yah had created her for. And they have done it for so long till it becomes the norm. And it becomes the reality of it is this, what you see, all this darkness in the world. This is what Father Yah was explaining to me, the cause of what man has done. Males, not woman. He said that's why you ain't gonna find it in no other scriptures outside of Eve being tempted by Satan. You ain't gonna see it nothing else where a woman is really taking on any task of that nature. So he's trying to, what he's saying is, understand, we trapped ourselves into their way of saying and their way of orchestrating the whole thing when seeing here males. Listen to what he says. In the Gospel of John, chapter 9, it says, that was the true light, which is a higher, which lit every man that cometh into the world. How's he coming? Through a woman's womb. See, it gets the breath of life once it's birthed. But all of us have a light. It is a spirit. But they rest in man. You see? That's where it's at. And that's where it was. And guess what? That made them fully 100% liable. That's why they the head. Because this is who they are. This is in their womb, is who they are. And they're going to bring forth these lights that have spirits. You see? So, woman has nothing connected to what you see in the world today. She gets caught up in it because they have triggered it to appear as if it's her fault and his fault. But a higher is still yet saying, because I'm like, okay, I see you saying you're going to destroy the men here, you're going to destroy them here. And Father, you telling us women in Isaiah, and I'm going to destroy your men. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, where did that come? He said, Deborah, they put one over on you all. They didn't put none over on me. I know what I created them for. And they knew too. Because I used to hear, and I heard it so many times in the last, say, 5 years, men are saying women having different men in their life, and they now carrying certain spirits. You know what I'm saying? Because they lay down with different men, and then man leave their spirit in a woman. You see what I'm saying? And I don't know if you all know this, a lot of ignorant, silly women follow that. That's how silly they are. They believe that. Now, when did the men realize that the sperms of a man is spirit? They know. They know. But what their ignorance come in is, that's why y'all backed it up with the blood. To destroy it all every month. You see? Because y'all know what he doing. He know what he set up from the floor up. We can walk around here and try to make him a lie so we can live a lie and live wicked and evil. We can do that. But watch this here. So, everything he's saying in John, he wanted us to focus on males that's holding the spirits in them. So all this, everything that they try to put the weight on a woman, y'all say, Deborah, it's always been there. I was like, you all, throughout the Bible, it tells them, I'm going to visit the iniquity of the sons of man. 3 to 4 generations. Wait a minute, hold on, where's woman at? Wait a minute, why are you going to do that, Father, y'all? Why are you going to do that? You go way back in Exodus. He said, I'm going to visit the iniquity of the sins of the father. 3, 4 generations. You go to Numbers. Same thing. You go to Deuteronomy chapter 5. Same thing. Now we're talking Torah. You see where we at, y'all? We're talking Torah. Wait a minute, Father, y'all. Why are you telling these men that you're gonna visit? You have he said he allowed them. He said his mercy has overweighed, it has bypassed all. I'm looking for my my scriptures. His I'm gonna get him out. He said his all the sin, evil, transgression, and wicked, he says, he has poured out mercy. That's what he said. I poured out mercy. But he said, after he said he poured out mercy, he says, but it's not going to be you still not getting, you're going to get away with it. You're not getting away with it. He actually says that, y'all. I'm telling you. And I can't find my, I had them all wrote down. But he was saying that, I'm going to go in here and see if I can find them. 1 minute. What did I do with my verse? All right. No, I didn't. I'm okay. That was just my mic. Okay, let's go. Let's go to Exodus 34. And the reason why I was overloaded is because I was saying to the Father, wait a minute, Father, I got an issue here. I say, and this is why he shot into me earlier. I said, I got an issue. All these people trying to run people to the Torah, trying to run to the 5 books. Father, it's more hell back then than it ever been. He said, that's where it was hidden, Deborah. It was hidden back then. And that's what they're trying to do, hide it some more. And they're trying to get everybody to go back to where the darkness was hidden. A lot of people think today is bad. A higher said, you should have checked out yesterday. Now watch this here. Exodus. He got here, Exodus chapter 34. But they want you to go back to Torah. Trying to make Torah look all good and dandy, so worth going back to and try to live it and walk it and talk it and dress it. Get somewhere and sit down with that mess. Because if you ain't got spirit and truth resting in you, I don't care how you dress. I don't care what you say, what you do, how well you can pronounce Hebrew, how well you have a master Torah. No spirit and truth, you still damned. Okay, verse 34, chapter 34. Watch this, listen to this. Exodus chapter 34 and verse 7. Listen to this. Keeping mercy. Ahia says he's keeping mercy, y'all. Watch this here. For thousands, forgiven iniquity and transgression and sin, and that will by no means clear your guilt. Y'all telling you, just because I got grace and mercy holding your tail up, while you sitting here doing what? Sinning, transgressions, iniquity. Let me tell you, by no means clear your guilt. Just because I'm letting mercy and grace shower you, don't mean your guilt is cleared. That's what he's saying. Now watch this here. Visiting the iniquity of the fathers. Is the father female? Is the fathers female? They are males. Now watch this here. Upon visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children. Wait a minute, Father, what do you mean you're going to visit that? He said, Deborah, it ain't escaping nowhere. So while they thinking that they got away with it yesterday, Deborah, guess what? Hold up. Here we go, right here. That's what it overflowed. And I'm going to tell you something. I knew that. I already knew that. But it was the way Ahia was revealing it to me. I was like, oh my Father, this is crazy. And listen to what he said. visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. Really, that's no end, because after the third and fourth generation, they start to sin. Then they go on and they go on, and that's where you at today. So if this is in Exodus, you see what you see today? It's a product of yesterday. And you want to walk me back to Torah? Torah your tail somewhere and sit down. You see what I'm saying? If you can't walk me to the light, if you can't direct me to the light, you can't direct me to the narrow gate and say, this is the way. Get somewhere and sit down and stop lying to these people. Because it's going to catch up with you. It's already caught up with you. You just don't know it. Y'all right behind your back, and you don't even know it. That's how ignorant you are. Now, listen to what he's saying. What he is saying is, look, y'all estimating the fact that I'm giving y'all mercy. Now, he's talking in Exodus. Isn't that Torah? Wait a minute, hold up. Why is it that all this is sin and transgression is going on, and he telling you look, you think you getting away with it? It ain't gonna clear your guilt. Yeah, I got mercy and grace poured all on you, but that's okay. It ain't gonna clear up your guilt. You ain't gonna be able to hide from it, because I'm coming down your children. You see what the suffering of the children? So when y'all look at your children, you see the kids, you shouldn't have, these kids today is off the chain. Y'all say use a lie. These kids out here is killing, stealing, and destroying. Y'all said use a lie. These children are getting pregnant at a young age. Y'all said use a lie, and use a double lie. These kids are not doing this and not doing that. They disobedient and disrespect. Y'all says use a lie. Until you go back to yesterday and see how y'all put the pressure on the children because of who? The fathers, the men. You see how they got away with it? Y'all is saying that from Genesis, in the Garden of Eden with Adam and Eve, Genesis 3, chapter 3, man been doing darkness and wickedness and evil against a higher all that time. And we running around here trying to make them kings and leaders and rulers. You are fools. Straight up from the floor. I see why he's saying silly women ladder with sin, because they don't even understand what is actually taking place. Now here he's saying 4 generations, 3 to 4 generations. And why is that? It's because it's continuing. Well, wait a minute. If the kids today is the way that they are, it's a product of who? The fathers of yesterday, y'all. All the way to Genesis. You get the point I'm saying? So where did it start? In man. Where it's always been. He didn't say the product. He didn't say the visit the iniquities or the transgression of a woman. Because he knew where he hid. He knew where he had hid the light all the time. And we running around here like we think we know something. We don't know nothing. See, he knew that the light that he had put into man was already invested in man. Woman can't be liable for it. Children can't be liable for it. Animals can't be liable for it. Only one person can be reliable for it, and that's man. That's why you see the world the way it is today. It's a product of yesterday. Everything you see them doing today, a higher said they did it yesterday. It was just hidden. And if you keep on walking with him, he will show you day by day of how the wicked extended from, it came from yesterday. But then they tell you, well, we got to go back in feast days and we got to keep these days back in Torah. Sit your tail down. I get sick of even the men talking about researching our history. Oh, we got to search our history. We got to search your tail somewhere and sit down. Why search a history that goes to the grave? Why not search the history, that spirit and truth, that gains eternal life, that shows the people where the light is at and which direction to go and how to go in the direction to the narrow gate? Oh, you can't search that history, but you're going to go backwards. and search the history of what somebody has done to you. And you know what's messed up on the floor? Y'all said to me, if they look in the mirror, they will see their history face to face. And it's one ugly one. It is an ugly history because they don't want to see themselves. They go in the mirror and they done psych their whole mind out that they all this and that. We rulers, we leaders, we kings. Y'all say, if they only knew. If they only knew. But you know what? In y'all, he knows they know. He knows they know. You see? How did you know that if a woman sleeping with different men, she's carrying all those spirits, and that's why these women are evil and wicked? Baby, let me tell you something. You're the one that's evil and wicked because he says he's visiting your children. That means those children down in your intestines, down in your bags, or whatever you want to call them. They are light. You see? So when you down there doing anything you want to do, baby, you need to check yourself out. Because that's where it's at. Woman don't get it. She gets it only when she's carrying it to nurture it, to feed it, to bring it forth, to protect it. Once it leaves him, it is protected in her. Isn't that deep? Have any of y'all ever thought of that, women? How when he caused that light to leave, that sperm to leave that man, and it enter into a woman, you become the full protector of that child that's in you now, that belongs to that man. And he'll get up and call you bitches and hoes and thinking you trash, and you are the protector, not just of him, because a woman birthed him and protected him so that he can come forth. Wow. You see how sick? And we have put them all on high pedestals and on mountains. Let's go there. Let's go there. Now he took me. He said, come on here, Deborah. Now you can go in another book in Torah. Numbers chapter 14. Numbers chapter 14 and verse 18. Numbers chapter 14 and verse 18. Ahiah is long suffering. Yeah, he is. I mean, really long suffering. Because with me, right now, if he could come and tell y'all, this sister always telling me, Father, y'all, end it right now. End it. I don't care where I go, just end this mess. That's how I see it. Because I seen it before the foundation of the world, where I was taught it. You see? So I know where it extended and I know where it's going. That's why it's called that which was, that which is, and that which shall be. It's already finished. So many ignorant people don't even understand the rest that was in the completion of creation in Genesis. That's a spiritual rest. And they run around here thinking they rested. Gone. It's gone. It's been gone. Now, Numbers 14, verse 18. And Ahiah is long suffering, and there that mercy go. Great mercy. Forgiving iniquity and transgressions, and by no means clearing the guilt. I like that. I like that. That's why it's not going to be mercy come judgment. He's letting you know that just because I'm giving you grace and mercy, that don't mean you guiltless. That don't mean you innocent. So don't get it messed up from the floor up. You guilty as charged. My grace and mercy is just letting you still walk free. Hallelujah. I never thought of it like that, Father, but that's kind of deep. Verse 18. Visiting, we in Numbers chapter 14, verse 18. Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children until the third and fourth generation. Wait a minute, hold up now. Hold up, Father. Y'all, hold up. You mean in Exodus and in Numbers? You mean to tell me that you sit here warning them that children's gonna be messed up from the floor up because of what they done? And they running around here talking about what today is and lying and ain't owned up to today is just a product of yesterday that was hidden. And he said that which was in the dark should come to the light in the last days, and they still lying. They still lying. Now it makes sense why they do not and will not accept Deuteronomy 28 in game. Because they've been lying from the beginning. Since Genesis. Okay, then he gave me what? Deuteronomy 5:9. Now that we went to Exodus, we went to Numbers, where he's telling you, look, my grace and mercy is the only thing that's on you all right now. All this sin and every wicked and evil y'all doing, you thinking you ain't gonna get out of it guilt. You ain't gonna get guiltless. No. Just because you see all this mercy and grace, don't get me bit. That's what he's saying. Don't catch me on the other side thinking you got me, because you don't. Because I'm gonna meet you on the other side. And we're gonna see. Because there ain't gonna be no more mercy and grace. So I check what you did. So you go on, walk around here and act like everything I have not put here to bring you light so you can come out of your darkness and go stand here and try to make me wrong so you can continue to walk in your darkness. I tell you what, I'm going to meet your tail on the other side. And we're going to see what you're going to do then. But I rest assure you, there won't be no mercy. No more mercy. That's why. See, I never understood. I said, okay, well, wait a minute. What you mean no more? No, Deborah, no more. Because they took my mercy for granted. Deborah, they think that my grace and mercy is, they entitled to it. They don't have no respect for my grace and mercy in the midst of my long suffering, seeing their wicked and their evil and their hateful hearts and their darkness and midnight hour and murdering and adultery and whoremongering and stiff-neck and rebellion and disobedient spirit. And they thinking that grace and mercy gonna hold them up. I'm gonna meet them on the other side, Deborah. They're gonna meet me too. They're gonna see who I am. Because they're going to realize, well, this is a harder? Yeah, to the fire. To the fire! So, you think people care? No. They want to make today just today. And so horrible. But y'all say today is a product of yesterday that was hidden in the dark. That's where all that homosexual started. Okay, now, he gave me Deuteronomy chapter 5. Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 9. Now listen to this. Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 9. Thou shalt not bow down thyself unto them, nor serve them. For I, Ahiah, am a jealous Yah, visiting iniquity of the fathers upon the children, 3 to 4 generations of them that hate me. You see, you're thinking for 1 minute that you think really that he just is ignorant as ignorant can be. You really think he don't know nothing and you know it all. You got it and gone. He's visiting. So when you see these children the way that they are, you have to own up to it. Wait a minute. This is because of what they did that caused the children to be what they are. When we are able to own up, that's spirit and truth. That's the truth of the matter. That's what you call spirit and truth. Owning up to the truth of the matter, of where it was, where it is, and where it's going to be. Instead of lying about where it's at, and as if it didn't come from yesterday. It's a product of yesterday. Now, let's go. Now we're finna hear what the prophets have to say. Isaiah got something to say. Let's see what you got to say, Isaiah, to these people. Isaiah 65. Isaiah is saying something. And then Jeremiah said he got a couple of words to say too. Isaiah 65 and verse 6. Isaiah 65 and verse 6, he says, behold, it is written before me, I will not keep silent, but will recompense until their bosom. Your iniquity and the iniquity of your fathers together. That means they've been doing it together and knowing they've been doing it and loving it and continue. That's why they can right now today tell you we can have wives like we had yesterday. We can have virgins. We can, what's that ignorant one called? Dowels. We can have virgins. We can breed virgins for these men on this church home and don't even understand. Y'all got your number, baby. And you can build, you can do whatever you want. He coming, he got you. He coming for you big time. And the whole world gonna see. The whole world. He got you. Because no repentance, no turning, even breeding men to hate women and don't even understand. Not one man can pick up this book. Hallelujah, Father. Hallelujah. Y'all said you can't pick up this book and hear me say anything toward the women in the way that you all are conducting yourself toward them. Nothing. It's not in there. You're not going to find it. Oh, Father, they might want to go over to one of their other books. I don't care what book people find, y'all. What was taken out of here? What was hidden? Guess what? If it don't bring you to the light of the Most High or higher, if it don't say, go here, that's the narrow gate. You see what I'm saying? It's vain and it's vast. The books is worthless because the books can't redeem you. It can't save you. It can't deliver you. It's just giving you stories. You see? But it's no redeeming in it. It's no deliverance in it. It's no power in it. Spirit and truth is what we seek after. And not so much as this yang that everybody is willing to learn and desire to feed into and get involved in. Let's go to again to Isaiah. Isaiah said he got something to say again. 65 and verse 6 and 7. And he says, behold, it is written before me, I will not keep silent, but will recompense until their bosom. Your iniquities and the iniquities of your fathers together. So they've been doing it all the time. They've been knowing it together. Okay? Watch this here. Said, Ahijah, which have burned incense upon the mountains and blasphemed me upon the hills. Therefore will I measure their former work unto their bosom. It ain't going nowhere. See, it's following them everywhere they go. You see? So when you see today, just think, why is it Ahijah cursed and brought judgment on a people? Because of who? The foremothers? No, the forefathers. Yah is saying they have been the hair raisers since the beginning. I'm going to give you a little mystery, something else he told me. But I'm going to go to Isaiah. I'm going to go to Jeremiah. Isaiah had that to say, but let's go to see what Jeremiah chapter 32. Let's see what he said. Jeremiah chapter 32. Jeremiah chapter 32 and verse 18 and 19. Jeremiah chapter 32, verse 18 and 19. Thou showest loving kindness. Oh, he said the same thing. He said the same thing Isaiah was saying. Yah's what? Ahijah's loving kindness. That's that mercy, that grace and that mercy. So Jeremiah is saying it, and Isaiah was saying it, that Yah was pouring out all this loving kindness, which is grace and mercy, and Isaiah was saying long suffering, you know. So grace and mercy, that's still grace and mercy. So both of them are saying Yah is doing something just to bypass all the things that man M-A-L-E is doing and have done since the beginning. Now listen to this. Jeremiah chapter 32, verse 18. Thou showest loving kindness unto thousands. This is him. Recompense the iniquity of the father into the bosom of their children. And then they turn around and tell you, oh, we got a lost generation of kids that's disobedient and won't mind their parents and killing and stealing and having babies. Use a lie, use a lie, use a lie. Y'all said this is a product of yesterday, you forefathers. You stiff-necked, lying, rebellion, and disobedient, whoremongering, and have done so much wickedness. Y'all said, that mercy I had ain't gonna cover your guilt. Because when you stand, you're gonna be accountable. So that's what I'm saying. It's sad how they got them thinking, all of them going over to the promised land, and oh, he's gonna just take us all to the New Jerusalem. Oh, no, baby, you got it wrong. You got him bent up and down. Okay. Now, verse 18, Jeremiah chapter 32, verse 18. And it says, the iniquity of the fathers into the bosom of the children after them. See that? That's sad. That's sad. So when you see what you see today, you see how your spirit is to see things different once you realize that, okay, the reason why it's like it is because of what our men been doing. That's why I had to close my book and close my computer. I said, Father, that's what it all makes sense. It makes sense. I had to get on out of here because I said, it's over. I see why you say it's finished. Because it got to be finished because ain't nobody understanding none of it. You see, people ain't getting it. And they ain't going to get it. You see, they believe in wrong over right and right over wrong. You see, they believe darkness over light and have nothing to do with the light. They don't want to come in the light. They want to stay in the darkness. It's over. And just listening to this, listen to what he said. Of the fathers into the bosom of their children after them. The great, listen to this, the great mighty Ahiah, Elohim of hosts is his name. Verse 19. Great in counsel and mighty in work. For thy eyes are open upon all the ways. You know what? I'm talking, I'm reading this, but I can guarantee you many ain't even got their books to see what I'm about to show you. But I'm going to say it anyway. And what he says, for thy eyes, this verse 19, Jeremiah 32, verse 19, for thy eyes, your natural eyes, are open all the ways of the sons. There go the males. See that? Women, they lie. All the ways of the sons of men, to give everyone according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings. Y'all got your number. Yeah, you can fool these women. That's why he called them silly women. Lighter with sin, because they would rather follow your wrongdoing than to follow spirit and truth and righteousness and believe that you should be a king. In the day of your captivity, in the day of your stiff-necked rebellion and disobedience, your whoremongering tales, your hateful hearts, your wicked mindset, that you should be a king. You should be a leader. Hallelujah. What kind of crazy stuff is that? And the sons is coming behind the men doing likewise. And y'all is warning us women. It's warning us. He's not warning us to change or to be hateful or to do something about it. It helped us to understand where we stand in this old life. But we don't want it. We want to be able to have a man in the bed with us. We want to be able to have a man on the left and on the right, or on the right. We want to have a man in the house. Baby, you don't even know what you got in your house. You know? But in this time, we in the end days, the judgment has hit the ground. You're going to find out. No, it ain't that you're going to find out. You prefer darkness anyway. See, when men own up to this sort of stuff and say, okay, Father, I see where we were wrong. This stuff's extended from us. And until we step out here and make a difference, we're going to all die this way. We're going to all live this way. And it is not a way that is pleasing to you. We have wronged you since the beginning of time. No, they ain't now one of them. Not one Hebrew Israelite on this devil platform would get on this devil platform and own up and salute the Father's judgment, salute the Father's curse, salute his chastising, salute his discipline, salute his will, salute his correction. They won't do it because they thinking that they rule. And they are. Because Satan got the damn what do you call it, dominion right now. Wicked and evil got it today because he said he created the evil and wicked for the days of evil. So he got it today. So you about right. You about where you want to be. So I like that Jeremiah and Isaiah, Exodus, Numbers, Deuteronomy speaks on how all this wicked and evil that you see in the world is because of our men. And we run around here denying it, putting them on high pedestals. Ahia was telling me about in the beginning how they took the women and made them what he didn't even create them to make them out of. They made them out of cattle, sex, trafficking. Yes, 100. That's why they want y'all to go back to Torah. Y'all don't get it. That's why I said ignorant women would do that because they don't know no better. Because they want to trap you into something they've been brought up in that they have mastered, but they didn't master it in spirit and truth. They mastered in the flesh realm. And that's it. And you can master anything in the flesh realm, but I tell you one thing. Spirit realm coming for you. It's coming for spirit and truth. And it's going to chop your tail down. No matter how high your tree grows. That spirit and truth gonna chop your tail down. And you're gonna be waiting for the lake of fire after judgment. Because it's no way no one would want to go back and wipe up crap of yesterday when yesterday is why today is what it is. That's it. And we run around here want to make it what we want to make it. We want it to be what we want it to be. We ain't looking at the ideal of, wait a minute, Father, y'all, we displeasing you. We dishonoring you. We disrespecting you. No, they don't care about that. They don't care about that. We want a king. We want someone you can see and believe. We want YouTube. We want Patriots. We want Twitter. We want somebody we can like and praise and glorify. Okay, you go right ahead. It's over. It's over. Now, this is what he was giving me. This is something else he gave me. He was saying, like, in the book of Genesis, when he was talking about Cain and Abel, he said, you notice how two males, one killed the other. That was in the beginning, Deborah. Father, yeah. So I'm trying to get y'all to see what he said to me. See, everybody want to make it look like today is such a horrible day. Y'all said today is a product of yesterday that was hidden, that's coming to the light, and now we seeing it in the light, and we can't handle it because we're seeing it for what it is. Hallelujah. But it is what it was. It is what it was. Because even Cain took Abel's life for no reason at all. Not at all. And he said, no one said anything about that. Man killing man in the beginning, Deborah, that's Torah. It is so true. You see what I'm trying to say about Torah? Torah ain't bringing you no good nothing. That's just a mindset of some people who Yah has allowed their mind to be waste because they thinking it's based on what they have studied and come to understand. Who wants to go back to a place in which a higher is sitting here saying, I'm long suffering them. They doing this and they doing that. And I'm just pouring out grace and mercy. And then here we are today, trying to make today worse than yesterday. And y'all say that's a lie. Yesterday just was hidden. You go back to homosexuals. They want to make homosexual worse than today. Y'all say you go back yesterday and then you get it. And then you won't let homosexual bother you. Because that there I'm going to deal with fire. But it wouldn't bother you. You know why? You wouldn't see nothing wrong with what they're doing. You wouldn't see it to be right. You wouldn't see it to be wrong. You wouldn't see it to be nothing. You wouldn't even let it affect you in any way. Because it started way back then. It affected me, Deborah. I destroyed Lot, Sodom and Gomorrah and all the surrounding cities. But guess what, Deborah? What? It still came out. I said, I know that, Father, y'all. It came out anyway. The sin itself. Lot came out. That's all it needed. Homosexual came out, y'all. Whether you accept it or not. Then that's why that book of Judges, it came out again. That's what it's all up in there. So when you turn around and look at today and see how open they are and seeing how, don't you know, y'all had to have saw it to like we see it today. Y'all had to have saw it to where he come down from the heavens and destroy. Tell me, ain't that deep? Y'all came down from heavens, told Abraham, I'm coming forth. So a lot gonna have to get out. I'm coming to destroy the whole town and all the surrounding cities with fire. So heaven had to step down and destroy what heaven was looking at in Torah. So how you saying today so much worse than yesterday, when today is simply the product that escaped yesterday and was heading to where people did not even know it. It's what they were calling in the closet. Oh, it was in the closet? No. Back then, it didn't look like they was in the closet. It was Sodom and Gomorrah and all the other surrounding cities. But you notice it tells you who was gathering all in the back of the house on the side. Men. It didn't say nothing about a woman. It didn't say nothing about the daughters. Men. Y'all want you to understand women and men. Men, you the one that messed up from the flow up. Women and your sons have to pay the consequences for your actions, even to today. And if y'all don't grip that, that's on y'all. Because the reality is, no one comes out thinking that they're going to get away with something. And that's why I said when I first got on this demo platform, people was talking about Hebrew Israelite movement and awakening. All that stuff is wicked and evil. It's wicked and evil. It's no spirit and truth in it. Spirit and truth is the matter of what took place before the foundation of the world, that which was, which is, and which shall be. It ain't got nothing to do with Hebrew Israelites. But this is the mind that they have drilled to believe it's all about them. It ain't even got nothing to do with higher. It's all about them. Oh, he's bringing us out to the promised land, and we're going to the New Jerusalem because they got our names on the gates. Baby, please. That's why this book has been smeared. Y'all know who it been smeared by? Me. I'm going to go one more. Let's go to Romans chapter 1. I'm just showing y'all, you ain't going to go into this book. And I'm going to show you how I realized why is it that the women are not going to ever get it? Because they have never got it. You see, they put men in places that they should never have put them. You should let a higher place them where they need to be. But we as women, we won't even let them fall. We catch them before they even fall, make sure everything works out for them. They get this and they get that. They have this and they get. There's nothing wrong with working together as a unity, caring and taking care and giving each other. No, don't get me wrong. But women, let me tell y'all something. Y'all done gave wicked and evil just too much leeway. Okay? Romans chapter 1. And it's finished, baby. It is over. Romans chapter 1. Verse 18. For the wrath of Ahiah is revealed. Wait a minute, hold up. You mean your wrath is revealed, Father Ahiah? Yes, it is, Deborah. Keep reading. From heavens against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of who? Women? Of women? Males. Men. Why? Who holds the truth in unrighteousness. Because that which may be known of Ahiah, it's in them. See what I'm saying, y'all? It's already in them. They don't give a rat's behind. They don't give a rat's behind. Okay? Verse 19, because that which may be known of Ahiah is manifested in them, for Ahiah showed it unto them. Who? Woman? Did you do that? Wait a minute, Father, y'all, did you do that with woman? No, man, Deborah. No, Father, Ahiah, they said woman. No, man. To show you that we've been listening to these here males for so long. And this is where it got to the point. The Father Ahiah said to me this morning when I stepped out of the shower, that man has supported the wicked of his brothers and of men for so long. For so long. To where they would never be able to see any wickedness, darkness, evil. Because when they see it, they have to see themselves. See the Father, yeah. They would have to see themselves. So he was giving me an example. When they look in the mirror, they would have to be able to see themselves. But they don't want to see themselves. Because if they see themselves, then they'll know what every other man is really about and have been. I know a lot of y'all might say, well, all of them ain't like that. Get someone to sit down. Get someone to sit down. Our desires should be that we pray for our men, that our Father in the heavens will of righteous rest in them. We should never want to pray for our brothers, our sons, our fathers, our grandfathers, our husbands, our uncles, outside of Ahiah's will be done in their lives according to the Father's righteous will. See, we want to pray for them to get them right for us. No, that's selfish. That's wicked. You want to get them right for eternal life. To reign with Ahiah in the kingdom. Not to reign in your bed. Not to reign in your house. Not to reign because you need somebody to help me. If these men are not walking upright before a higher, and choosing him over you and everything else, hit them to the curve. Because nothing about them is worth it. Nothing. I know most women want somebody with them. They want you go right ahead. You go right ahead because it's over. It's finished. If you walking with someone that's not walking in the light, or don't care where the light could be shining, you just bound to end up walking in darkness. We have to want for our men to walk with Yah. Walk in the light with Yah. Choose Yah over us. Choose Yah over our children. Choose Yah for the beginning to the end. Putting Yah first. You need to see men on their knees praying, crying out to a higher. Asking, going into prayer, asking Yah, what should I do with this situation? What shall I go here? Babe, we ain't gonna discuss this here. I got to take this to the altar of the Most High, a higher. That's a man out of Yah's own heart. But no, we just want a man. You see, it's messed up from the floor, all the way around. We need to want the things which is spirit and truth to rest on these men. Not darkness or being in my family. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. When he got finished with me, I went over there to my kids' house. I said, Mama sick. They said, Mama, what's wrong? I said, I was on getting ready to do a video, and I was reading the scriptures, and I was going, he just overloaded me. I said, I closed that book down. I took off running. Because it all made sense, y'all. All the pieces, it's like a puzzle just was put before me and said, put all the pieces together. There you go, Deborah. It's finished. I said, you said it was. But mine, that's simple, that easy. And you mean to tell me we walking around here trying to make it something that is not even in the Father's will? When I say not in his will, in his righteous will. We just want it to be, to make us feel comfortable. And all these things that these people are doing, it is so much that is going on. So much is going on. And what triggered this, I believe, is I was thinking about all the crime the tribe of Judah is doing right now. And I do know that the media want us to look at us. It's a reason. That's nothing. Like I told y'all, here it is, North County. They got a big old sign saying .com monkeys, fireworks. Instant, Negro should have had that taken down. Instant, should have had that taken down. See how they talk to them? It don't even bother black people and Negroes, so-called tribe of Judah. It don't even bother them. Deuteronomy 28 says, until you are destroyed here, you're going to be in captivity. Until you are destroyed fully here. You won't hear not one Hebrew Israelite man nor woman teach that. Because they are afraid if they teach it, y'all might have a little bit of light that might shine on you. Because Deuteronomy 28 had an end game. It didn't just have a beginning. It had an end game. And that was until you, tribe of Judah, be destroyed mentally. Do you all see all these things that our people out here doing? You can't even see it, King. You know why? You're caught up in self. But guess what? Hold up. They're coming to your door. It's coming to your door. Because Sister Deborah never said anything about the end game in Deuteronomy 28, you all would never know what's hit you, what's coming on you. But since she done said it, guess what? It's coming to your door. Because when people deny spirit and truth, it's coming for you. One way or another, it's going to find you. It's going to get you. And you bet it will. because spirit and truth don't have to lie. There's an end game to Deuteronomy 28. Go to the end of Deuteronomy and see how many verses and write them down. How many verses in Deuteronomy chapter 28 tells you until you are destroyed? That's the end game. And guess what? Once you are fully destroyed, y'all gonna bring you out. But until then, you ain't coming out of this captivity. So I, Sister Deborah, would say to you all, thank you all for joining me this evening. I hope you got something out of it. If you wrote down the verses, go over them and ask a higher. What is that little old lady talking about? And let him reveal to you what's what. Okay? So I say to you all in the live chat, I appreciate each and every last one of you all coming, tuning in. And I hope that you all understood a little bit of what I was saying. And this does not mean to crank up hatred or to bring hatred between males and females, because the truth be told, y'all said this is to bring the light to what was in the dark. Bring the light in the last days of what was in the dark. Bring it to light. And that's all he is doing. And he's going to continue to bring light because he wants you to find your way. It ain't about hating on men or being, but you know what, I'm telling y'all something that y'all don't know. A man listening to this message, it'll cause him to rethink things and start to think about, especially in Genesis, it talks about Eve entertaining the Satan. Okay? After that, what do you hear anything else about a woman? You see? It's not in there. And that's what's messed up from the floor. Because you can't take 2 and 3 verses out of this book that has lived 1,000 years and whoop a woman with it when there's nothing to whoop her in. You see? And another thing, I'm going to show you something that's kind of sad, child. And women, I want you to hear this here. Do you know that the Most High said to the men, they are to treat the woman as the weaker, like the weaker link? And if they choose not to, their prayers won't be answered by him. You see that? I'm telling you, he got us covered in every form, shape, and fashion. But we just don't have no respect for him to know that he didn't forsake us. We are right there with him. And he has never left us. He has always been right there with us. And we have put up with so much. If you ever sit down and think, just take out time to think. Now, Sister Deborah said that, it ain't nothing in here really about us. As y'all said, ain't nothing about you. Because that's the way I put it. They made it about you. But I'm talking to them. And they ignoring every word I'm saying. Every word. From the Genesis all the way to the end of Revelation. They ignoring it all. Because if they really see, they'll see he's been talking to males for thousands of years. And they still refuse to get on the bandwagon. And that's why he said what? I'm coming for your children. Did he tell a woman, I'm coming for your children? Did he tell the woman, I'm coming for your babies? Did he tell them that I'm visiting your children? No, he didn't, because they're not children's women. He's talking to the men. He always was. We just got out of place because we felt since we brought them forth, we nourished them, we took care of them, we breastfed them, we protected them. Just think of that. Yah created you, woman, to protect that life until it come forth, until it get up to age. You, woman, that's what he did. You see why it was necessary that to say it is not good for man to be alone, because woman fulfilled the will of the Father once she was created. Now the Father's will of life come forth. they don't see it like that because they've been in too much darkness. And y'all said they're not coming out. So it's over. It's finished. And I, Sister Deborah, say, appreciate each and every last one of you all. And I love you. And I will be back. Shalom and shalom.